Megan's career started in the early 2000s. She appeared in several films in minor roles, including Bad Boys 2 directed by Michael Bay. It's hard to spot her there, but if you try, you can see her. Michael Bay was often criticized for this episode because Megan was only 15 years old at the time. If you pay attention to Michael Bay's career, some of which will come up next, it's even a little surprising that he's still filming something and hasn't been made into a scary madman. This fact causes outrage, as many believe that Hollywood should not allow children to act in such scenes, and how a talented director allowed it remains a mystery. After this role, Megan began to get third or second-grade roles. In 2004, she appeared in several projects, the most successful among them being the comedy confessions of a teenage drama queen starring Lindsay Lohan. Although it wasn't a box office hit, the film managed to earn $30 million in the US on a $15 million budget. It is believed that thanks to this film, Megan landed her next big role in Transformers in reality. Megan was somewhat lucky. From 2004 to 2005, she was rejected from many auditions. She was closest to landing a role in the Amityville Horror. But at the last stage of auditions, the role was assigned to Melissa George. If she had gotten that role, she might not have starred in Transformers. The production of Transformers was lengthy, and they started casting actors early. Megan was available, as she had no other commitments at the time. Director Michael Bay ordered her to gain 5 kg of muscle mass, so she spent several months jumping on every piece of equipment in sight. Her character in the film was named Michaela Baines, which might have been an inside joke on Michael Bay. The only actor who received a substantial fee for Transformers was Shia LaBeouf. The kid was harassed and humiliated on set, so he claims it was a precaution, and that he refused to shoot for food despite the pleas of producer Steven Spielberg. Megan agreed to act just for her name in the credits, like many other actors. Tyrese Gibson even claimed he had to pay producers to get his name mentioned in the credits. Besides herself, Megan brought something else to the film, at least it is often written about, and no one has officially denied this information. The actress claims that it was thanks to her that the band Linkin Park appeared in the film. Fox said that she was at a Linkin Park concert, after which she met with musicians who already knew that she was in the film. They persuaded her to tell the producers that they wanted to be in the film, which she did. When Transformers hit the big screens in 2007, it made an explosive impact. The film grossed $709 million worldwide on a $150 million budget and helped Hasbro sell a record number of toys. The release shattered DVD sales records in its first week, claiming the top spot for the entire year. Transformers catapulted everyone to fame, including Tyrese Gibson. Following his role, he was quickly cast in Death Race and later returned to the Fast and Furious franchise. Shia's fee rose from $500,000 to $5.8 million. Megan Fox was also not forgotten. Although for the first Transformers she received just a friendly pat on the shoulder, for the sequel, her fee increased to $800,000. It remains a mystery how much famous brands were willing to pay her, as they eagerly lined up to sign contracts with her. Between the Transformers films, Megan got a bit unlucky. She signed on for 2 movies before Transformers hit the screen, so she couldn't earn a lot on them. However, despite the commercial failure of the comedy with Simon Pegg, How to Lose Friends Alienate People, the actress could still expect some career growth. In those years, Simon Pegg was considered a rising star after the success of Hot Fuzz and Run Fat Boy Run, his new project, with a budget of $28 million, also starred Jeff Bridges and Kirsten Dunst, and was highly anticipated. However, the film only grossed $19 million at the box office. Another comedy by Fox called Whore didn't even make it to the big screens and went straight to video. After the tremendous success of the first Transformers, the second film was naturally ordered to be made in a short time frame. The script for the movie wouldn't have been thoroughly worked on as it was for the first film. Additionally, the production was further hindered by a writer's strike. The movie was shot based on sketches that a pair of screenwriters managed to produce in 3 weeks. However, looking ahead, it can be said that this didn't affect the box office at all. Megan Fox often talks about how hard she had to work on this film. First of all, Michael Bay was very upset by the fact that the actress had lost weight between filming the first and second movies. So Fox was put on a cheeseburger diet monitored by a specially trained person. Fox had to gain 7 kg in 3 weeks, and Michael Bay was satisfied. However, due to the urgency, Every cheesy bun turned into fat, and this time it was noticeable in the film. Fox was most outraged by the scene with a motorcycle and shorts. She claims there were at least 10 cameras constantly moving around. She was told that the main camera would focus on her face and that everything else would be in the background, not really of interest to anyone. In the end, it turned out that there were no shots from that main camera in the film, but there were plenty from others, mostly filming from behind. Overall, the actress often likes to repeat that she is not at all like the image portrayed in many films. She grew up in a very religious family, and all those Michael Bay camera angles always made her nervous. Although Revenge of the Fallen was shot almost without a script, which Michael Bay constantly complained about, the film performed tremendously in theaters. With a budget of $200 million, the film grossed $836 million. In parallel to Transformers, where Fox had a contract for 3 films and couldn't expect an extraordinary salary, she managed to squeeze in Jennifer's Body. Although its filming was completed before the second Transformers hit theaters, she received an impressive $5 million. Jennifer's Body, despite its modest budget, was one of the most heavily promoted films of the year, mainly due to the people involved in its production. The screenplay was written by Diablo Cody, the author of Juno, which in 2007 grossed $231 million worldwide on a $7 million budget. Diablo Cody was immediately hailed as an incredible talent and flooded with offers and money. Therefore, high expectations were set for Jennifer's Body to achieve similar success to Juno. However, this did not happen. The film, with a budget of $16 million, grossed only $31 million at the box office. The film's director, Karen Kusama, who had previously directed the much more visually striking but commercially unsuccessful Aeon Flux, blamed the failure on the studio and its marketing campaign. According to her, the studio did everything wrong regarding this film, promoting it as a teenage comedy with Megan Fox, even though the movie was about something else. She believes that if the studio had listened to her, the film would have done wonderfully at the box office. Megan Fox agrees with this assessment and considers Jennifer's Body to be the best film of her career. After Jennifer's Body, another film of hers, Jonah Hex, also failed spectacularly at the box office. This film, with a budget of $50 million, reached theaters in 2010 and grossed only $11 million. It became apparent that audiences were not eager to see her films in theaters. However, the major blow to her career came with the third Transformers movie, or rather her absence from it. There is not a lot of information about why Fox was removed from the film, even though she was actively preparing for the role at the time. Initially, director Michael Bay was blamed, as he didn't like that the actress called him a tyrant in interviews and even compared him to Hitler. However, Fox herself never said that Bay had kicked her out of the film, and Bay also denied this. When the uproar died down, Fox was replaced in the third film by Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. It was revealed that producer Steven Spielberg was the one most offended by Fox's comments about fascists on set. Bay later stated that after one such interview, Spielberg called him and demanded that the actress be removed from the project immediately. In those years, it was often said that Spielberg had nothing to do with it, and that Bay simply used him as a shield to deflect all the criticism. However, in 2013, when Michael Bay cast Megan Fox in the leading female role in his production project Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and since Bay had repeatedly stated that he was never offended by Fox's comments, it's likely that he wasn't responsible for her removal from Transformers, although there are still claims that Spielberg denies any involvement in Fox's firing. After 2010, Fox's career took a sharp downturn. Apart from Bay's invitation to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 years later, she was hardly called for roles. She had to act in films like Passion Play, which Mickey Rourke called just another shitty film he got involved in. However, Fox's popularity didn't fade quickly, so she was still invited for cameos, such as in Sacha Baron Cohen's The Dictator. A minor success could be considered her participation in This Is 40, which grossed $88 million on a budget of $35 million. However, this didn't help her get a breakthrough role. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles didn't help much either. The film was highly anticipated but had a strange story where Fox and other actors were just secondary to the computer-animated turtles. Although the film grossed over $500 million, the sequel, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, couldn't replicate that success, earning only $245 million. The low point of Fox's career was the disastrous Rogue, which grossed only $300,000 in theaters worldwide. She went on to act in Big Gold Brick, which also flopped, earning just $45,000. At this point, it seemed Fox's career was over, and she wouldn't even be able to land secondary roles in C-list films. However, Megan Fox became more successful in the world of social media, where she continued to enjoy fame. Megan Fox's relationships have always attracted more attention than her career. For many years, she was in a relationship with Brian Austin Green, an actor who made his name in the series Beverly Hills 90210. They met when she was just 18, and he was 30. Despite their age difference, they got engaged in 2006. They called off the engagement, only to get engaged again in 2010 and marry shortly after. However, in 2015, Fox filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The divorce never happened, and in 2016, they announced they were expecting a third child. However, in 2020, the couple finally divorced after 10 years of marriage and 3 children. The media often portrayed Brian as a loving father and husband, but rumors circulated about his controlling nature and insecurities about Fox's fame. However, no official information exists, and Brian claims he always loved Megan and would have been with her forever if not for certain circumstances. Fox is currently engaged to Machine Gun Kelly, a rapper. Megan and Brian agreed to share custody of their children. The press scrutinized their relationship, especially considering Kelly's reputation and Megan's past. Machine Gun Kelly once said he didn't understand why everyone was so surprised, as he and Megan were just 2 people who enjoyed life together. Many believe Megan settled for Brian due to her lack of career success, and now she's trying to revive her career with Kelly. Although Fox's career hasn't been highly successful in recent years, she continues to be a prominent figure in Hollywood. Her personal life and relationships often make headlines, overshadowing her professional endeavors. Megan Fox has always been a controversial figure, with her outspoken nature and bold choices often putting her in the spotlight. Despite the ups and downs in her career, she remains a popular and influential figure in the entertainment industry.